just do the cops. Tia, will you just stand up and deliver it from there? Thanks, sweetie.
But one night, a year later, the stepfather's sleep was once again interrupted.
Ghostly vision of the...
Rehearsals are going well based almost entirely on the efforts of Kara. She's busting her ass, she's bending over backwards.
Can we just run through it one more time and then we're done for the day?
Yes.
What if he grabbed my hand and shook me off the bed and walked me out?
Kyle really likes the ending as is. This is up to the playwright, so you feel free to... I mean, Kyle, what do you think of that?
I do, I like it as it is.
She doesn't want to step on anybody's toes, and as the director, she should sometimes just say exactly what she does want.
I did have some ideas about filling the it's more up to Kyle than it is up to me, he being the playwright.
It pisses me off that Kara's not acknowledging the fact that I was one of the writers with Kyle. I don't think it's any big secret that she kisses his ass. And vice versa.
My relationship with Kara is growing by leaps and bounds every day, so if they do feel at all competitive about that or groping for time, I could appreciate it.
He drops his book and you're sitting there with a flashlight.
Kara has sort of become the decoy for Kyle to be affectionate to and avoid Carrie when he wants. And I think Kara's always along the middle ground, and so sometimes she doesn't see that that's really why Kyle's hanging out with her.
Hey, Kara, how about that Bloody Mary?
I think it's just not her best work, and I think that there's probably a significant amount of intimidation for the fact that you've just nailed out two things that have not only clicked but have been very impressive.
I'm sure Carrie has her own story, but I have not been involved in the writing of Bloody Mary because she has taken sole control of it.
I don't really know what to do because it's a delicate situation.
Oh, it's real delicate, trust me, I know. You have a busy day, honey?
Yeah, I have a very busy day. We have dress rehearsal tonight at the tent at the David Plaza, and today we're going to all of our last places to get our final props and costumes and whatnot. It ended up being just Kara and I in the Bloody Mary.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
It's just not ready, and we changed it 2 days ago. Nobody knows their lines.
Oh, honey, have you heard from the doctor yet?
Yeah, and I think it's going to be next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday?
Yeah. They're trying to work it out because I obviously cannot miss one performance. I'm in everything. Yeah, I'm having surgery, but in no way am I going to let that affect any more of work since it has so much in the past.
Okay, I know it's scary.
Every time I go into anesthesia, I'm so afraid I'm not going to wake up.
I know specifically that Carrie had a bad day today. When the tension was just really thick about the writing for the productions and all that, and I'm just like, God, I wish this was anybody but Carrie.
You know, I mean, the truth of the matter is your feelings have waned, and that's not easy to take for any woman, for any person.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully she'll say, I'm really jealous, and it hurts my feelings when, simple
She won't say
sentences.
that. She will not say that. Carrie has difficulty showing emotions. She can hold things in, sometimes not be so outward in what she's feeling. But one thing that she doesn't hold in, that she wears on her sleeves, despite probably not wanting to do so, is envy. Right now, I don't do anything with her, I feel, that I wouldn't do with you or Tanya or Nisa.
That's gotta be hard, because it didn't used to be that way.
I know.
So,
I suggested that tomorrow morning she present it to everyone, just sort of the same way you guys had originally presented your ideas, and we sort of table talk it and then print and then type it up. I just want to...
Yeah, I want to go over it with her before everybody else does.
I'll attempt to have a conversation with Kara or with Kyle or either one of them, and it's like, whatever.
Come sleep with me.
I think Kylo is.
I'm not.
He's not.
I have asked Kyle if he's attracted to Kara, and he says no, he's not. I don't believe him for a second. I think Kyle's very attracted to Kara, and I think that Kara's very attracted to Kyle. I think it's an unwritten rule between girlfriends. You don't date your friends' ex-boyfriends.
Knowing that Carrie hates to lose and that essentially she lost Kyle, I think that that's got to be really hard for her.
Hey, let's look at that story. Did you, do massive changes or just rework?
Massive changes.
Did you?
So the intro is one girl walks into the room.
Bedroom?
Yeah, into the bedroom with a sleeping bag in her pajamas and stuff.
I feel like Kara and Carrie are both attracted to me, and I feel a constant glare and resentment from Carrie
Yeah, I'm keeping up the wall as a hard shell. I'm completely protecting myself. Then I don't get hurt. Then I won't get hurt. And even if I hurt inside, I won't show anybody else that I am.
They're lying on the ground?
Uh-huh. Dead. It's a general. It's kind of quick, but...
So did Carrie finish the script?
I don't think she did. I think she was in one of those moods, just like pulling teeth. And
She can't be in one of those moods. It should have been done a month ago.
all right.
I'm honestly ready to pull the plug on it.
Kara has not liked the Bloody Mary story from the beginning, and she doesn't want to say that in front of Carrie.
Kara hides her true feelings from everyone. She's a little punk when it comes to a lot of stuff. I mean, you hurt people more when you keep things from them than when you tell them the truth.
I think Nevin, do I know? Maybe in there? Yeah, loaf of butter. So? Disney app.
I have something serious to ask you. To mention to you. Not that it's not good, because it is. What would you think of us doing the cough twice? And cutting Bloody Mary?
That's fine.
Is it?
Yeah, it is, actually.
I think rightfully there's got to be just a little bit of hurt when she hears this decision to cut it.
Doesn't offend me at all. I mean, like, I helped write the
I feel
other two
bad
as
that we did all
well.
that work, and it's such a good
Carrie,
script.
it's not that, it's just we're not ready.
You would tell me, right?
Yeah, completely.
I know that Kara and Tanya are so full of and that they don't want to do the story.
I wrote all three just like Kyle did.
Kara doesn't want to do Bloody Mary because it wasn't Kyle's idea.
There's a lot going on with that whole scheme of it being Carrie's story and like how it got axed. So Carrie, I think understandably so, is sensitive and defensive. And at this point, I'm actually concerned right now that Carrie is listening to me as I'm speaking these words. Like listening in the confessional. That's the point it's come to. She's like, yeah?
Did you lock it?
Is there a lock?
Yeah.
No, I never lock it.
Can I come see?
Sure. Hi.
Kara's surprised. Whatever.
What do you want to talk about?
I mean, honestly, like, I have absolutely no beef with not doing Bloody Mary. In fact, like, I think it would be easier just to do the two stories.
She comes in and like sits on my lap, and I can't make it any more obvious that I don't want her to be in there, and I'm really uncomfortable, and I just kind of want her to leave.
I get in confessional moods every now and then.
You do. You look cute in the confessional. Hold on.
I have lots of things to say about that. She's just been driving me nuts lately in a really bad way. Over the past 6 weeks, I've developed like an awesome relationship with Kara. There's a lot of times when Kara and I like just kind of exchange glances and like, oh my god. I wish that I would have hung out with Kara more at the beginning. Because I don't like hanging out with Kara that much anymore. I said it right there.
And confessional's a sort of sacred place. It's a sort of verbal journal. Nevin would any of us, I don't think, intrude on someone's journal like that, you know? That's so invasive and bizarre.
What's up, Laura? What's happening, huh?
How are you?
Have you been in the house?
Yeah.
Kara's made the decision that we are not going to do Bloody Mary, and I don't know exactly how it's going to play out.
Let's talk to you about the decision that we made that you may not approve of. We haven't started doing Bloody Mary. The final script after revision and revision and revision was last night.
Okay.
And Tanya's going into surgery on Tuesday and going into surgery on Tuesday and could be out of commission.
It should not affect my performance in any way. Like,
No.
She's telling me
What
that
I'm
you guys
saying is
want to
that was
cut
one of
Bloody Mary.
And I said, that's fine. If you're having surgery Tuesday, you don't know.
Okay, I don't want cutting Bloody Mary to be because of me getting sick.
It's not.
It's not. It's not.
No, I've
Carrie's
listed 10
going
reasons,
away.
and that was one of them.
Okay, well, I don't think it should be a reason. Like, I'm tired of me
Okay.
getting sick being a reason.
Okay, I just listed 9 reasons, and that wasn't one of them. Okay?
It's not a big deal.
Like, I've had too many conversations with Kim and Laura about me being sick affecting this thing.
Okay, it's not a reason. Calm
It
down.
shouldn't have been a reason. If you want to cut Bloody Mary, that's fine.
Fine.
You not wanting to do it should be the reason. You've admitted it, and you just won't say it to Carrie. You've said from the beginning of Bloody Mary you don't like it, you don't want to do it, and you don't have a backbone, so you can't admit it. So you want to make excuses about everybody else having a problem with it. We don't. You don't want to do it. Period.
That's not true, Tanya. There's like 10 reasons. You're such a bitch. I can't believe you just said that.
No, it's the truth. It's finally the truth. Let's talk about it. You've never wanted to do it. You talk behind Carrie's back, and you say you haven't liked it from the beginning. So don't make it everybody else's problem. You don't want to do it. Period. You've never wanted to do it.
Can you stop talking? I don't want to hear you anymore, and I don't want to talk to you anymore.
That's fine, but that's the truth, Carrie.
Kara, get my name right, Tanya.
I don't respect the way that Tanya just blurted out this information, but at least she was being honest.
I don't think she's going to admit it. Of course not, because that's Carrie. But it's hurting right now. You can see it.
Take your place.
You're too dark, honey.
What do you mean I'm too dark?
What, you want white face paint?
Something I don't want to go out there looking normal.
What's going on back there?
We gotta cut these jeans and dirty them up.
We are going through the 2 skits that we're doing with full makeup and costume. We gotta get it down for tomorrow.
You're ripping my hair out.
Last verdict.
That can't play part of that. We'll talk about it.
Talk to her about it. If we want to do it, I'd say we add it on by Friday. It's not a problem.
That's a group decision.
Yeah.
It's not something that... Some of the other roommates told me that it was one person's decision, and that's not really fair if everybody feels that it was good enough to go in.
Everyone come out onto the stage, please, quickly.
Erin and I were talking about how you guys have decided not to do Bloody Mary. I don't want to throw it out the window completely.
I knew Bloody Mary was going to have to be a performance. They asked us to do 3 stories.
We're both a little concerned that if it's the cops again, that we're going to start disappointing your customers.
I think that the decision that Kara made to wipe out Bloody Mary was a cop-out and complete bull.
We had sort of talked about doing 2 really well, rather than 3, a little sloppier, really putting our energy into 2. But it's still totally doable.
I think we should cast it for this, like trying to pass parts to one another. Most people, not everyone, are like really uncomfortable like being in it, like associating with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I personally like don't want to be in it.
I mean, we all thought it was really good. It's just when you guys were like acting it out, it's short. I mean, it was a little too long. Like, there were too many long monologues. What's going on?
We're just talking about Bloody Mary in general. I never personally told Carrie exactly how I felt about Bloody Mary because I felt a little bit of vindictiveness because of how standoffish she was during the writing. I'm talking about like how people didn't want to do it or we decided not to do it, and now
Well, was
like,
it one person's decision though not to do it?
It was I think chiefly Kara's.
But that's not really fair. I mean, I know she's the director, but that's, I mean, this is a team effort.
Kara doesn't like the fact that I wrote it, and, you know, like, I want to know. Because that's the feeling that I'm getting.
I do believe Tanya when she said that you don't like the script at first, that you didn't like it.
I didn't love it at first, and now I do. I really like it now.
I didn't want to be an ass, but like I have kind of felt that you've kind of been against this the whole time.
Kara did not tell me that she didn't like Bloody Mary. I can't stand it when people aren't just flat out honest with me. There's a way to say anything tactful. There's also a way to just flat out lie.
I wasn't comfortable enough with the script, and I just felt like we sort of bit off a little bit more than we could chew by choosing 3. That's all.
Like, it's just 3 10-minute skits.
I know.
Whatever. I don't know. I just don't think she's being very honest with me most of the time, and so it bothers me.
We will totally do it. I should, you know, I made the wrong choice. I never should have. I never should have pulled it. I'm glad you said something. I'm glad you were so just like understanding through the whole thing.
Tomorrow night, I mean, like, in essentially 14 hours, we're going to be performing Bloody Mary for an audience. Is it going to be adequate?
If it's not ready to do tomorrow, I'm not going to do it tomorrow.
I know there's an issue of memorizing the lines.
Right.
Do you
You
guys
should
have
probably
any
incorporate
concept of-
some kind of music.
it's not going to take a long time to figure it out tomorrow.
I'm so glad I'm not in it.
Chris and I did our job to the fullest. The clock is off the hook. The backdrop is off the hook. I'm glad I worked with Chris on this project because him and I didn't get in one argument at all.
Wind's a big factor. That blowing everything.
Sorry, I got hung up like that.
No, that's okay. You're fine. I need
Honey, I was not, like, I'm so sorry that my, like, nervousness goes across as, like, me being pissed. I was not mad at you guys. I just get scared when I have to go to the doctor. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
No, thank you for saying something. I know.
So scared.
No, I need to.
My mind,
I need to accept that scariness turns into bitchiness for you, and that's fine.
Still, I'm sorry. You guys
No.
that, especially today.
Tanya and I have sort of a sisterly relationship where we can bicker and we can, we can have conflict, and then we can, an hour later say, look, I'm sorry, I still really care about you. I think you're awesome.
Anyway, so I'm fine now, and all right, so you gave your blood, and actually they want me back tomorrow. How would you have time to, tomorrow's going to be rough,
I'm going to have to go in the morning.
You go, like, first thing?
Yeah, first thing in the morning.
Okay.
The props and the backdrops, that's the least of our concern. I think it just comes more to now just making sure it comes together.
You guys excited? We're going to have an audience.
Tonight is opening night, or game day as I like to call it. We're actually going to be on stage with a real live audience.
Oh my God. These poor children are going to look at me and start crying, and then you're going to come out and they're going to themselves.
They're not my kids.
You guys got 5 minutes.
I'm getting a little hyped up. I'm getting a little anxious, ready to get out there.
Game time, baby. When the audience finally pours in, I just start getting very excited. I'm also very excited to see who really thrives on the atmosphere.
Not too long ago, there was a boy named Josh who thought he was very brave.
There's like 40 kids in a tent, and I'm dressing up like a ghost to scare them. It's fun. We're having a good time.
I'm glad you're here.
But I underestimated the value of our job. I thought that it was not as important as being a writer. The costumes and makeup are incredible. That is what everyone responds to and reacts to in the crowd.
So leave this house! Don't hesitate, for the Midnight Ghost will seal your fate.
If you look at the Midnight Ghosts, it's everyone's favorite show. It's the audience favorite show, and it's the cast of the show's favorite show because the costumes look cool, it's simple, it works.
There once was a boy who was very sick. The boy could not stop his relentless coughing.
The cough plays very awkwardly to 5- and 6-year-old kids who somehow find humor in this drunken, abusive stepfather.
The mother loved her son.
My joy out of performing is seeing people enjoy themselves and having kids either be scared, laugh, anything they do, as long as they're enjoying themselves, I get enjoyment out of that.
About 100 years ago, there was a woman named Mary. Mary kept to herself, but she was known by all because she had heinous scars all over her face.
Terry deserves to have that play in the show. It's a great story, and just because Kara doesn't like it doesn't mean I don't, or doesn't mean it wasn't a good script. And it just creates so much emotion and hurt feelings when we all decide to talk behind each other's backs.
Bloody Mary! Bloody Mary! Bloody Mary!
I told you. There's a clear division between Kyle and Carrie now, and there's also a pretty clear, strong friendship between me and Kyle.
Mary is real!
It was good. It was very good.
I like Kara more than her. I care about Kara more than her.
Great job. We've got one more weekend and then just Halloween. Keep up the energy. You guys are great. It really came together. It looks awesome. The backdrop, the costumes, the writing, it's all great.
If I have to separate myself from Kyle and Kara, so be it. They can be friends, and then they can make out, and then